Close at home because there's a shutdown on the countdown. Lawmakers now left with 1 week to hammer out a budget deal or risk shutting the government's doors for the first time in nearly 20 years. Will that happen now? The House passing a bill on Friday that defunds Obamacare, but it funds the government. It keeps it running. Now it goes to the Senate, and Ted Cruz believes now is the time for Republicans to stand their ground. For him and others, it is now or never.
I think the House should hold its ground and should begin passing smaller continuing resolutions, one department at a time. It should start with a continuing resolution focused on the military. Fund the military, send it over, and let's see if Harry Reid is willing to shut down the military just because he wants to force Obamacare on the American people.
And again, for Ted Cruz, it's now or never. Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel's on the Hill. What are the other key conservative voices saying as we go now, 8-9 days left here? Mike, good morning.
Well, that's right, Bill. At this point, they seem to realize the odds of this are tough. They can delay things a bit, but actually defunding Obamacare will be a challenge. Here's Senator Rand Paul this morning.
Well, I think really we fight it out, and we'll see in the end the Democrats have the Senate and the presidency. It's going to be difficult ultimately to overcome them, but I think we should use the leverage of controlling the House. The Republicans were elected in the House. We were elected to do something. People want us to stand up and fight Obamacare.
And, of course, you heard Senator Cruz's suggestion, passing individual bills to fund individual agencies. No reaction from the House so far. But remember, a lot of the House leaders wanted to fight over the debt ceiling. They wanted to move on with this funding. So it is unclear what the next play may be if this effort fails.
All right, so we just heard from Rand Paul. What are other colleagues in the Senate saying now?
Well, there are plenty of folks here on Capitol Hill who do not like Obamacare. But with President Obama in the White House and Democrats controlling the Senate, they don't sound overly optimistic.
I think it's a great attempt to raise the issue of some of the weaknesses and the problems with Obamacare, but it's not a tactic that we can actually carry out and be successful. And I am sure that the Senate is going to move that bill forward.
Others are expressing the frustration that the only options are yes or no. Here's Democrat Joe Manchin.
Since I've been here, not one of my colleagues have come up and said, Joe, here's a better way to do it. Here's how we can fix this part. Let's repeal this, and we'll fix this part of it. Nobody's done that. They just said, okay, vote up or down. Well, let's fix things.
We do expect to hear from some key lawmakers later in the day as they return from their home states, and we will see how this drama plays out. As you mentioned, time is running out, though.
Got it. Mike, thanks. Mike Emanuel on the Hill for us.